Okay, let's go. You want to go? Okay. This is WNDC. NDC. WNDC stands for We in the Crib and You Ain't. And right now, I'm just calling fair use for anything you hear in the background because I'm just chilling in the crib and you ain't. And I'm over here trying to make some food. I don't know why I even started this thing, but for some of you that are out there, until I see somebody come back in or whatnot, I'm just going to let this roll. You feel me? All right. Oh.
A gorilla on your shoulder, and you're fighting, but he's holding on. That's what it's like. No.
Have you ever had friends?
Nope. I don't believe in friends. Friends is backstabbers. I don't believe in friends. Friends is backstabbers. The only friends is my family. That's the only friends I need. And my kids. And that's when I've been out here ever since. I just choose to do my own thing. But I choose not to let nobody get close to me. Because they're here. Just choose to do my own thing. But I choose not to let nobody get close to me. Because the flesh was made for sins. And I have trust issues because I give people the benefit of the doubt. And this what I think they're going to do is what they try to do, but I already be prepared for it. But I choose not to let nobody get close to me because the flesh was made for sins. And the flesh was made for sins. The flesh was made for sins. And I have trust issues because I give people the benefit of the doubt. And this what I think they're going to do is what they try to do, but I already be prepared for it. So I believe if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Treat people the way I want to be treated. It's like the concept empathy, the ability to imagine how others feel. And in order to progress your empathetic skills, you must ask yourself, how would you feel under the same circumstances?
Street life is very different.
How to love myself, that I can't love others unless I love myself. Because I can tell everybody I love you, but do I love me? If I don't love me, how can I love someone else? And how to be loyal. Because I don't do nothing to them what they do to me. And they have done a lot of things to me.
Amen.
And what I do, I pray for them. To me,
gain the ability to love yourself.
Being able to accept being able to realize that I'm my worst enemy. That no one could do nothing to me unless I allow them to. To be able to wake up and make a choice. Am I just going to sit on the ground and be a bum, or am I going to go out and look for a job? Am I just going to sit here and get drunk and get high and say, poor me, poor me? Or am I going to do something about my life to make it better? That's what I believe it is. And that they would want to see me doing better than what I've been doing.
Okay. I have a lot of things going on right now. I'm sitting here cooking and, trying to get over this boredom. And this is one of the ways that I'm trying to do so because, well, it's not as much about you as it is about just the mere fact that here I am. And, well, now I've been really taking in a lot of things from the past and what's been going on. During this little COVID era season, we're sitting back and we're kind of stuck in a kind of condition now where we ain't got a whole lot to go out there. We ain't got a whole lot going on out there, and because we ain't got so much going on, I mean, there's not a lot of work normally. The things that we've been capable of doing just as of late in the past year are things that we dreamed about as we worked, as much as we worked to be able to provide the things that we have at home right now as we're sitting there struggling to try to be at home, to be at peace, to be away from, the threat of this virus thing and all this other stuff like that. And to just be, productive or whatnot. And it's kind of hard to do all of those things when you're really stuck with them. And right now, being stuck with yourself and inside your own home, trying to be a responsible adult, living yourself and your life in a way that, well, only you can see it. I mean, hey, today I enjoy 2 hours of having my pants on. And therefore, here I am. Now, I'm trying to cook. I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to stay out of my own head. And, also I'm trying not to be on watching the screen as much as being on the screen because, well, it just seems like right now, a part of my discomfort is coming from viewing. I'm always viewing. I've got something in my face at all times instead of myself in my face. And therefore, here I am. And I think some of us need to take that kind of process sometimes and just step outside of a lot of what you think is going on through society's era right now, because there's patterns of things that are going on that are making people want to be in these patterns. You sit, you stare at the screen, you watch the other thing, you check on your email, you do the other things, you do all these other things while all these other things around you are in need to get done. You need to vacuum, you need to wash up over there, you need to do laundry, you need to. And then these things get to a point where it gets so and next thing you know, you're sitting there and you're bored, and you're bored because you're sitting there because you should be doing some things, but you really just don't want to. For people that are really by themselves, it sucks. And I can tell you that because, you have days where you sit back and you go, man, I need to eat. I need to this, that, and the other, but I don't feel like feeding myself. I don't feel like this, that, and the other. And if I don't, nobody will. And, I know I need to go out and work out. I can stand up and work out. I can do it anywhere possible. But technically speaking, it's always like you have to feel the need to prepare to do something in order for you to really have the energy to want to do it. And that sucks. It does, but it's real. And a lot of times we need to think about these things. We need to let them soak into our systems and say, well, if we want to change some of these things, then maybe we should try some other things. So I guess I'm going to try to take my own advice. And in the process of that, I'm going to try to, figure out what else I'm going to do as far as providing you with bits and pieces of entertainment, because I don't know what you're into. I don't know what you like. I don't know where your head's at.
I just people but I just
I got little snippets of
these can talk how to go. Anybody's I don't know how I feel.
And
this is the only I
know. It sounds kind of weird, doesn't it?
Mom.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that.
Dating guys as well, the heterosexual guys.
And so I asked him for my money back because I was the type of woman, any money that came to me working, Social Security, whatever, I would give to my men. From then 4 to 17, I was molested on a daily basis. 3 family members, pastor. I got married.
Pastor as well?
Yeah. I got married, had 2 children by married men. That ended. Then I got married again. This was a real sub type of guy, real penitentiary type. And I thought he was a big dope dealer, and I was fascinated with his lifestyle. But then I found out he had a big habit to crack. And he had relapsed, and he didn't tell me none of that. So, found out he was doing all kind of stuff to get his dope. But he was on the down low. That was the ultimate.
Permanently?
I feel like if there is a way, then it'll happen. But I'm not trying to make it happen no more. Because I can't do for me what I feel like only God can do. And I feel like God is saying, until I could say, no, this is a decision I got to make and I got to stick to it. I mean, he can keep me, but I got to want to be kept. And I'm not there yet. Don't judge people. Because I call my husband a crackhead hoe. And that's what I became.
What's the most important lesson you think you've learned in your life?
Don't judge people. Because I call my husband a crackhead hoe. And that's what I became. And now I understand. Yeah, I'm manic depressed because I'm mad, because I understand. So I don't have any more excuses. So that makes me angry. So when I do drugs, I don't feel anything. I know it. Because our problems don't go nowhere. They don't be waiting on us. They be right in the hit, So.
And you were good. They don't care about AIDS. They don't care about pregnancies. They don't care about black eyes or broken bones or anything.
And most of them are down low.
Yeah.
Most of them are down low.
Yeah.
Most of them. And they taking out stuff on women because they're not a woman. And they feel like we're stupid because
I'm gonna let y'all have that. I'm gonna go back.
how to work this, we would. But no, because what you're doing is what we're doing. It's just a different way. And that's the problem, because they feeling, raped and robbed of their souls.
Yeah.
Most of them. And they taking out stuff on women because they're not a woman. And they feel like we're stupid because if we knew how to work this, we would. But no, because what you're doing is what we're doing. It's just a different way. And that's the problem, because they feeling, raped and robbed of their souls. A lot of them were taken advantage of. But the rage, the vengeance is on the wrong people. So, no, because what you're doing is what we're doing. It's just a different way. And that's the problem, because they feeling, raped and robbed of their souls. A lot of them were taken advantage of. But the rage, the vengeance is on the wrong people. So,
Yep. Got commercials.
Yeah. A lot of times you get treated bad because they can see in your eyes that you can see behind the veil. Yeah. A lot of times you get treated bad because they can see in your eyes that you can see behind the veil.
What was the best?
Oh, yeah. Because my mom and people knew, and it was like they were allowing us to be just passed around.
Your parents knew?
My mom. But then I found out my mom was going through a lot of incest and had been raped a lot and had a lot of illegal abortions by her uncles. And she told me she didn't know how to help me. She learned how to block it out. She thought I would. My mom was going through a lot of incest and had been raped a lot and had a lot of illegal abortions by her uncles. And she told me she didn't know how to help me. She learned how to block it out. She thought I would.
One day when you're done, you'll be done. You just...
My tears are drying up. My tears are drying up. I almost can't even cry no more. I have moments, I might get ready to come out, but I can't even cry no more like that.
The history of the war between the states will be continued next week. Oh, that sure is a good story. I wonder how that's gonna come out. Can another man in this valley, black, white, or otherwise, that I would trust to defend and protect me from the NAACP? But is that a fact? Who's the fool now? Man, now, beg me.
What?
You heard me. I said, beg me. Do it like you do white folks.
I'd rather die and go to hell in a pair of gasoline drawers.
Oh, well,
wait, Lord. If slavery ever comes back, I want to be your agent.
No complaints or speak-ups since I first stepped into the white folks' kitchen. I'm clean, I'm honest, and I work hard. But one thing, I don't stand for no stuff from them white.
Of course you don't. You don't have to.
I mean, I know my job, and I do my job. And the next old sweaty, old grimy, old drunkeny man puts his hands on me so much as to touch me like he ain't got no business doing. God grant me strength to kill him.
Pearly, don't you be no fool, boy. You still in Georgia. And if you just got to defend the honor of the woman you love, you do it somewhere else.
I'm a Negro. The only way the white man can know me is to walk in my shoes. Walk in my shoes. Walk in my shoes. I'm a Negro. The only way the white man can know me is to walk in my shoes. I'm a Negro. The only way the white man can know me is to walk in my shoes. I'm a Negro. The only way the white man can know me is to walk in my shoes. I'm a Negro. The only way the white man can know me is to walk in my shoes. I'm a Negro. The only way the white man can know me is to walk in my shoes. I'm a Negro. The only way the white man can know me is to walk in my shoes.
My mom is from Cuba. My dad is from Belize, but we was born and raised down here. I have 6 siblings, brothers and sisters. My mom had 4 girls and 2 boys. My mom died when I was 16 years old. My dad OD'd in front of me when I was 8. I've never been outside of downtown LA. I've always been here. This is the only place that I know. I started using drugs when I was 8 years old. And I'm 42 years old now, so I've been on it for almost 40 something years. And I just decided to get clean like about 2 months ago because I feel like that's not the life for me. And I have 9 kids. I have 5 girls and 4 boys. And I gave custody up. I've been taking care of my own self. At the age of 10 years old, I had my own apartment by selling dope. That's all really I know how to do is cook dope. I became the best cooker downtown LA. So quite naturally, everybody wanted me because a lot of people don't know how to make dope. Well, now since Google show you how to do it. And when I go anywhere else, I don't feel them around me.
Feels like home.
Yeah, I feel like this is at home. If I leave anywhere and I don't see the downtown buildings, I get paranoid. And anybody that's, I'm in the car with have to bring me back. These are the only streets that my mom and dad walked when I was a little girl, and this is the only place I know. All my brothers and anybody that's, I'm in the car with have to bring me back because these are the only streets that my mom and dad walked when I was a little girl, and this is the only place I know. All my brothers and sisters moved. Like all my sisters live in Bakersfield. My brothers live. I had a learning disability. Like I don't read and spell good, but I'm learning. And I just remain teachable. I know every day is a learning experience for me. And one thing I appreciate my mom and dad is they taught me how to take care of myself at such a young age. So we had to learn to take care of ourselves. We had to learn to cook for ourselves. Had to learn to take a shower for ourselves because they was on drugs and she didn't have time to do that. And that's why I choose to give my kids up because I want a better life for them. I don't want them to have to go through what I've been through. My memory as a kid is my mom and dad walking us around these streets. going up and down these streets. And I take the same route as when I was a little girl. And what's a coincidence? I think it's a blessing. Is my dad died in the Alexandria Hotel, which is one of the most famous hotels down here. And now that's where my mail go. I'm right down the hall from where we lived when.
So you're in a hotel or you're on?
And that's how I've been supporting myself. Dad and selling drugs. I'm tired of going to jail. I'm tired of going to jail. People say they got your back, but they don't.
What motivated you to change your life around?
Tired of going to jail. I'm tired of going to jail. And I realized that I was a fool because I'm out here selling drugs for other people. And when I go to jail, nobody put money on my books.
But there's probably something deeper than.
I'm tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of, I know where it takes me. And I know this life. And I know that if I don't stop, it's only two things: jails, institution, or death. I want to be something in this life. I want my kids to have something in this life. I don't want them to have their mom die as a junkie, like my mom did.
Who introduced you?
One day she put it down and she went to the store. And when she came back, I picked it up.
That was crack?
Crack cocaine. That was back in the 80s. You know what it is. But that's what made me motivate me to change my life because I want something better. I always have liked to work and have a job because I always like to have my own. I don't like to get something or to borrow something. I ask people for something and then they throw it up to your face. So I believe the best way is to be independent and learn from my mistakes. I live and I learn. That's why I like Lil Wayne's song. He say he a rookie and a vet, but he still remain teachable. Everybody have choices. And it's up to us what we make and what we want. I believe that they struggle in the fence right now. They battling with good and evil. And the devil is powerful like Jesus is powerful.
Everybody,
but only if we let him win. But only if we let him win.
Only.
And if you want to do better, you're gonna do better. I think what keeps them down here is that they lose their morals and their values. They forget the way their parents raised them, which is the wrong rules, because the streets don't love nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, street life seems to be.
It's very addicted because of the drugs and the weak souls that's out here, because it's very powerful. But we all have a choice to what we want to make with our lives. Sometimes some people gotta hit rock bottom, and some people just know when it's time to let it go, because it's very powerful. But we all have a choice to what we want to make with our lives. Sometimes some people gotta hit rock bottom, and some people just know when it's time to let it go. Me choosing this life, the Skid Row life over my kids. That's my Lord's. I was willing to give my kids up so that I can be out here on drugs. His word could take you, and the things that it can make.
But it's not a conscious choice these people make.
It's like having a gorilla on your shoulder, and you're fighting, but he's holding on. That's what it's like. No.
Have you ever had friends?
Nope. I don't believe in friends. Friends is backstabbers. I don't believe in friends. Friends is backstabbers. The only friends is my family. That's the only friends I need. And my kids. And that's why I've been out here ever since. I just choose to do my own thing. But I choose not to let nobody get close to me. Because the heroes choose to do my own thing.
Okay. Let me get some different kind of music on here. Is there something out there? Technically speaking, I'm just going through my boredom stage right here, testing out the length and the time of whatever is out there available for free, because I can't afford it right now. I'm not working. And I'm bored. And, I've got to find ways of being unbored and yet not out and about trying to be unbored. At my age and stage in my life, it seems as if there's just not a lot of things out there that I can actually apply myself to. Not like when I was younger. When I was younger, I was capable of applying myself to a lot of things like a lot of other people, and therefore why and how WNDC and now NDC actually became. Um, when we had it to do that, we would be out and get into things, and next thing you know, we've got poetry nights, we've got jazz sessions, we've got neo soul, we've got the yin yang, we've got oxygen, we've got the Phoenix, we've got the Oasis, we've got chit chats, we've got 12-inch productions providing the next super slam jam for Howard versus Morehouse homecoming. We've got things of those natures that are out there, but right now we ain't got a whole lot of those things. And for a lot of us at this age, especially, we have even less because we can't bask in it with our youngins, because our youngins, they ain't got much more than, people putting jewels in their forehead. And, well, so, sitting back and trying to deal with the mere fact that if I don't at least get bits and pieces of these things that, that are just here when I'm here alone and silent, then sometimes, some interesting gems are missed in the process of that. And so tonight I'm making shepherd's pie. I put a little instant mashed potato baby ribs at the bottom. Then I cut up some of them baby ribs and put them up at the top like that. And I threw in some onions and some garlic and some peas and carrot mix, and threw in some cheese, some mozzarella stuff, and some sharp cheddar stuff. And then I put like a can of tomato soup in my ground beef with my chopped up vegetables, and I mixed it all up because as that ground beef, which is the cheap ground beef, so it's gonna reap a lot of oils and juices and whatnot, and therefore and mixing in that can of tomato soup, the condensed can, it fills into there. And well, let's see. And so, and then, I put, of course, at least a can and a half of water, and not too much, just about a half a can, even though there's a lot of stuff in there that usually deserves a little water, and this kind of fixture, by the time you dig into them things and throw it out of that, casserole thing, you might end up with some good eating. I'm hoping so, because I haven't ate much outside of a couple of pieces of chicken, and I don't know what else I had a smoothie, and just trying to not be bored. And so here I am. I don't even know how long I've been on here. Yeah, I do now. It's only 20-something minutes. Wow. I kind of wish that I could get into this live stream yard where I can go more on the real time. So unless you like, share, and subscribe, and as well as donate, I can't do that. And I really wish you'd help me out here, because, well, I'm bored. Now, the funny part about this is, I've been thinking about doing this for the whole time that we've been out, since like March. Not that I've had, the availability or the pieces or parts to do so, but at the same time, I didn't really want to dive into any portions of it, due to the mere fact that at any moment we're going to go back and we won't be bored no more. And now it's been a year, and I've got to figure out how I can take you with me if I have to go, but at least say hello to you and whatnot when I'm out here, because I don't expect for everybody to check in on me. I expect for people to know I'm okay, because here I am, and therefore this is what WNDC NDC is about. This is the board edition. Man, back when I was younger and a lot of other people who are watching this who might know me was younger too. Man, we used to get out and it'd always end up with somebody falling in right about the time that I'm falling into boredom. And next thing you know, we off and about to make some more things that people are still moving into these directions and living and raising their children off of stuff that we just did just because we was bored. And so now we're sitting here and trying to be purposeful at a time when, you know, we done growed older and, you know, and have to be responsible, kind of like this COVID life. You got to stay in and, you know, watch yourself and wear your mask and, you know, try not to be evasive or offensive or, you know, or, and, yeah, it's deep. It's deep. It can be depressing if you're bored and in your head and you've got nothing to do and you really don't feel like getting up and getting out. For that reason, I've set up this little spot in my spot so that I can do so. And maybe one day others will join, you know, maybe a good time will be ensued by all, but right now it's just me and you. And, I'm calling fair use on whatever's coming out of this box over here because, well, that's where I'm at right now. I didn't plan on actually throwing you much of anything else more than what you've gotten so far. I'm not even sure if all of this has worked so far. I put a new wire that I got into my my Centrum Mixer 4 R4, and here we are. I'm hoping that everything is working up to par this time on this one because, well, in the meantime, in between time, what time is it? You know, it's about time for me to go back to my normal zombie land of trying to find something good to watch on the networks. Really want to get into a movie or something like that, maybe possibly. I really wish that I could do a lot more for a lot more people out there with a lot more of whatever they would wish, you know, I would do in order to gain more ability to be there for more people. But excuse me, cutting up them onions and the whole nine got me somewhere. And I think I put them in my face too. Anywho, yeah, man, I've been sitting here just wondering how much is it going to take for me to get out here and just be out here. I wish that I could be out here where we can just say hello, and I think I'm going to set that up real soon. So stand by. Yeah, 3 minutes and 30s sounds good. You good?